Yes, experts are saying we're getting closer to that goal of herd immunity with every vaccination, though we know we're still a ways away. But let's say you've done your part and gotten your shot or shots already, which, by the way, is something that Dr. Tim Laird, the Chief Medical Officer at Health First Medical Group, is absolutely recommending to his patients. Are you now in the clear?
Okay, so once they've listened to you, they've gotten their shot. Is it over? Is the pandemic over for that person?
In some ways. So now, if you're in a room in a home with others who have been vaccinated, take off the mask. No more social distancing. Life is much better. You can go visit grandpa and grandma if they've been vaccinated and that sort of thing. Now, the CDC has even kind of relaxed to the point that if you've been vaccinated, you can even go visit with family members from a single household who aren't vaccinated, as long as nobody there is real high risk. Yes, if it's been 2 weeks since your second vaccine for Pfizer or Moderna or the vaccine with Johnson & Johnson, if it's been 2 weeks for everybody, no need to ease back into it. Rip off your mask and go have fun. You guys are all protected.
Dr. Laird says when it comes to being around people you aren't sure are vaccinated against the virus, experts are still recommending you play it safe.
The guidance from the CDC is still that when you're in public, when you're traveling, when you're at work around potentially unvaccinated people, because you don't know the vaccination status of everybody you're encountering, to still mask up, to still keep your distance. Again, there's still people in the hospital every day with this disease. We're not over it. The CDC is going to relax the guidance once more people have been vaccinated and once circulating disease levels are lower. As far as when we can get back to normal, there are public health experts who are determining what level of community transmission where it would be reasonable, and also depends on the percentage of the population who's been vaccinated, to where we don't have to wear masks out in public and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, we're still a ways away from that. Hopefully, maybe fall, we'll see how disease levels and virus levels go over the summer.
And with spring break season here and summer vacation planning in full swing, one thing many people want to know: if you've gotten your shot, is it safe to travel?
So the CDC has recommended that if you can hold off on travel, hold off, because again, the disease is still rampant. However, if you've been vaccinated, you can go ahead and go on that trip. As long as you follow the CDC and the airline and the airport rules, you can feel pretty comfortable getting in that plane or going on that trip, meeting with others. You'll still be wearing a mask when you're around unvaccinated or potentially unvaccinated people.
Now, I also asked Dr. Laird about some of the larger gatherings we haven't been able to hold over the last year, like weddings and family reunions, and whether it's safe to now. He says if everyone were vaccinated, they would be okay. But because now is still a very dangerous time for the unvaccinated, the CDC is still recommending we keep things small. So in other words, Dr. Laird says if you haven't received your vaccine just yet, life hasn't changed all that much for you under the current guidelines. Ladies.